We are live. We are live. We are live. Welcome to the wrestling show that doesn't have a name, and we will keep it that way because we like it and we like to talk wrestling. It doesn't matter what the hell the name is because we're gonna go in here and talk wrestling. This is my co-host, my good friend Josh Tariff. How are you doing, sir?
What is up, sir? My Thanksgiving leftovers are finally complete. I am in the process now of, as I just told you before we started recording live, trying to figure out some new technology stuff around my office and failing miserably with it. But that's just because I am not good with said technology. However, it's been quite a few days of wrestling with some good things and quite a few not so good things.
Oh yes.
So
I don't know
uh,
who's gonna play
and I
good
know,
cop, bad cop
I
today.
know that's how you're feeling. So
Yeah,
I'm curious on where you want to lead this episode and what we get ourselves in trouble for.
I don't know who's playing good cop or bad cop this episode, but we'll see. We'll see. We will see. We will see who's going to be. I think you're always going to be good cop, and that's fine. I think I like that balance. Yeah, I'm the same way with technology. This is why I have the Silent Assassin. Shouts to her. She makes the All Even podcast what it is, and if it wasn't for her, be a disaster. I'd literally be down here trying to figure things out myself, and that's never good. It's
Can
never
she
good.
can she fly to California and figure all my stuff out?
Yeah, sure. Just pay for a ticket.
Oh,
pay,
about that.
pay for a ticket and room and board, and she's there.
Okay, you're aware that I work in independent wrestling. Where is this money coming from that you're
I
spending?
don't know. I've heard a story about independent wrestlers, like in regards to like how some of these bookers pay. I heard that guys sometimes get paid in hot dogs. Is that true?
The classic hot dog and a handshake.
It's amazing that
There,
still
there
goes on.
Oh, I worked many shows where the pay was like a literal hot dog and bag of chips.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
they have to do better on the indie circuit. I'm sorry, but I love the indies because it's so creative and people
I
really
mean,
get to experiment.
thankfully, you don't see that as much
Right.
anymore, but
Yeah.
they do still exist for those tiny little events that people just want to get in the ring for the love of it, and more power to you.
Right. But
Um,
of all things to be able to give me a handshake when you hand it to me, a hot dog is so unhealthy. Could you be able to just like you couldn't parse a salad, you couldn't something,
hey,
you know?
yellow mustard is probably the healthiest condiment.
Not on a hot dog though.
Well, then just have the mustard. If you really don't, if you're not a fan of the hot dog, then don't eat the hot dog. You know
You
what?
just
Then I'll
throw the
take
hot
the hot
dog
dog.
away, then you
I
just
will take the hot dog.
wasted your pay for the hour of work that you did.
Hour of work? No. It's like a 3 hour drive for a 10-minute spot. And then you're also there 2 to 4 hours before the show starts
Yeah, yeah.
to do your 5 to 10 minute segment.
And if you're one of those people that have to like help with breaking down and setting up the ring, then
Well, it shouldn't be if you're one of those people. You should always be one of those people.
if I was a wrestler on the indie circuit, I'd tell you right now, Josh, I'd be an elitist. I'd be like, rings. I said, don't you have ring people for that? Like, what?
Wow.
I am the performer. I come in the ring. I do not
Mm.
set up ring. That's like this with this whole studio
Got
thing here. I
Gotcha.
am the
So
talent. I
let me
don't
know how
set
often
things
let
up.
me know how often you get booked for wrestling shows then, if that's your mindset.
Listen, I'm already thinking about like, listen, I'm big time. I'm already, I've bypassed,
Everyone
working.
everyone does something, whether it's the ring, the chairs, the lights, the curtains, you're
I'll do the
always
chairs.
helping part of it.
I'll do the chairs, or I'll do like concessions. I'm not setting up no ring, man. I'm sorry, I'm just very bougie. I'm sorry. What do you want me to tell you? Yeah, let's listen. Like I said, I don't know who's good cop and who's bad cop today, but we will find out shortly. Thank everybody who's in here. We're gonna go ahead and go right into this. Let's just talk about war games. I am going to say a line or a statement right now, Josh, and you can go ahead and add to it. You can throw water on it. You can try to do the PR thing and make it sound nice. I'm not doing that.
Okay.
I think that War Games San Diego we saw on Saturday was the worst PLE of 2025. And it's the worst PLE in 2025 by a wide margin. Wide margin. Like the closest number 2 would be WrestleMania. And WrestleMania was pretty bad to me. So this tops WrestleMania in regards to how bad this PLE was. Like when you talk about every single match on this card, under it just undersold, or what's the word that I'm looking for? Under give it to me. What is it? Underperformed. That's all it was. Like the Vakor match, didn't want that. The John Cena match, that was like it had potential, and then it was just like it had no, it was nothing behind it. It was if that's John Cena's last pay-per-view match, I don't like that. Then you had the women's War Games match, which was the worst War Games match for the women that they've had since they've been doing War Games. And correct me if I'm wrong, how many times are we going to see the Io Sky spot, and now she has her name on the trash can? So it just makes it even worse. And then you go to the men's War Games. Garbage. Everything about it was garbage. Like, I couldn't tell you the last time that I physically watched a PLE and started to doze off because I was so bored with what I was watching in front of me. That's how bad it was. So, Josh, you go ahead and clean that up as much as you want to, but it was the worst PLE I've seen in 2025, and I'm sticking to it.
I'm not disagreeing with most of what you're saying. Well, let me say that better than what I just did. I'm agreeing with most of what you're saying.
Yeah.
I would rank it as the second worst of the year.
What would you have number 1?
WrestlePalooza.
Listen, I didn't even think about WrestlePalooza because that's how bad it was. But right. I will put WrestlePalooza in the top 3. Absolutely. 100%.
Now, here's the thing. So that means the 2 worst pay-per-views of the year were the 2 that have been on ESPN.
And listen, not to jump the gun here, jump the shark. Freddie Prinze Jr. came out and said that ESPN is not happy with WWE right now. That's the rumor. I don't know where he's going to get that information from. It's all hearsay. But if we're just going to play into that particular rumor, yeah, it's been crap.
I will trust Freddie Prinze because Freddie Prinze has come up to my face and told me he's a fan of my work. So I'll shout out to Freddie Prinze. I support him. And
he's a friend of the show. He's all right.
He's welcome here anytime he wants. So when I look at WrestlePalooza, because we'll get into Survivor Series, but when I look at WrestlePalooza, that had Dakota Rhodes, Drew McIntyre, which was uneventful. You had the Punk AJ Lee against Rollins and Becky, which just felt off overall. The Cena Lesnar match, which we all hated, and then the Usos versus the Vision, which was that one. Was just like another match on Monday Night Raw where Jay got hurt, so they had to rush to the finish. And then you had Io versus Stephanie Vakor, which saved that show. With War Games, I completely agree with you regarding the War Games matches themselves. Overall, I did feel both were underwhelming for the sake of it, of what it was supposed to be about. I mean, each of them, yeah, so they would have some moments with spots. And I mean, I was terrified of Io doing a full-on front flip with the trash can. I know she's already done a moonsault with the trash can, but a front flip to me seems even crazier for some reason. You got your wish where you did have blood in the men's war games. I don't think it wasn't exactly what you were hoping for with it. But yeah, it had extreme lackluster ending. And then when you have in the middle of the men's war games match where they're all dancing along to Jay's music in the middle of war games is just like, how can we take this as we've talked about over the last few weeks, as like a blood feud culmination type match? How can we take it seriously when you're doing that? Stephanie and Nikki, surprisingly, honestly, the match was better than I thought it would be. And that's things because I wasn't really a huge fan of the match, but I felt it did what it was supposed to do. The only area I disagree with you is I was thoroughly sports entertained by the John Cena Dominic match. I really enjoyed this match because in one match, John Cena put over 6 superstars, 3 of which are female. And he was trying to make the epic comebacks. He had his double AA moment. Dominic was super Eddie Guerrero throughout this match. We had the Liv return. Roxanne and Raquel both got their moves in on John Cena, which shocked the hell out of me. Crowd ate it all up for both sides of it, cheering for Dominic, but also booing Dominic at the same time.
Right.
Love for Cena. So I really felt that one match saved this show from being the worst of the year. It certainly one of the worst of the year by far. Because again, what really expanded with this? Obviously, we're going to get into the mystery of the guy in the hoodie. But aside from that, it's like, okay, well, what questions are answered here? Okay. Nothing changed out of the women's War Games match. Nothing changed out of the Cena Dominic match, but we knew nothing would really change because we knew that was going to be the last of that.
Right. So
nothing changed out of Stephanie and Nikki Bella.
No.
And the only thing that adjusted in the men's War Games match was the fact that there's a masked man and they let Braun Breaker get the pin.
Right.
So, I mean, yeah, if you're giving a letter grade, for this pay-per-view, because I am the type, which I know you'll disagree with me on this, I am not the type that's going to give a grade of an F pretty much ever, unless we get back to like an ECW December to Dismember.
Oh, nah.
Bobby Lashley Elimination Chamber, and it wasn't his fault with it. It was just planned so terribly. Like that's the F in wrestling pay-per-views, or PLEs, as the cool kids call it. But this was definitely in that. If I'm graded on a curve, it gets a D+, and WrestlePalooza gets a D. So, I mean, they were neck and neck.
I think I'm with you, though. I am not. I don't think I'm an F grader either, just because, again, you will see some stuff that is okay. Like the actual wrestling is always going to be at a level that is acceptable, right? Like you're not going to see botches. You're not going to see missed spots. You're not going to see, just ill-timed things. So because of that, yes, nobody gets an F. But I'm with you. I can't give it any higher than a D-. Like it gets the D- for me, just because it's like we are seeing a trend in this Triple H era, especially in 2025, that I've never seen a guy book, or if you want to call him a booker or whatever it is, writing. Like this is the safest, most vanilla year of wrestling I have ever remembered. There might be others, right? But in recent memory, this is the most vanilla booking I have ever seen. There is no pizzazz. There's nothing. Like we all knew that garbage that was going to be the finish was going to happen. We just didn't know that they were going to reveal it. at War Games or reveal it on Raw, and we got neither, right? So they want to go ahead and stretch this garbage out, and we already know who the hell it is, right? They're probably going to stretch it out all the way to the Rumble, or excuse me, not even to Rumble, to the January 5th Raw, right?
Okay, yeah.
Where Braun Breaker is going to win the championship because this mystery guy is going to come in and interfere in the match, and then we get the big reveal, and everybody's going to be oh. Like, it's not going to be this holy crap. It's going to be like, oh, okay. Because it's just been nothing but vanilla booking for a full calendar year. Like, literally, since Hell in a Cell, since Punk, McIntyre, Hell in a Cell, that was the last real feeling that I said, man, that was really good. That was really, really good. You know what I mean? Like, even SummerSlam, Cena and Rose was good. Punk and Gunther was good, but the rest of the show was crap. And that's just the theme that's been going on. It's just I am right now, I'm just kind of numb to WWE programming because it's just so vanilla and it's not exciting. You had the most star-studded War Games of all time in regards to the names, and it was a dud. That in itself should tell you the state of WWE's programming right now, is that you put all of these names in one ring, and everybody's like, my God, this is we're and it was just like, it's a flop. That's disappointing.
I mean, I don't have much to argue with you on with that, because I can totally see your point with that. Because again, you want, stores come out with it. It was like, you're gonna have the story of Roman and Cody and how they end. It's like, well, no, that's not the point with this. And the point is, what's the story of the match itself? What is Brock going to do? What is, Bronson going to do? Oh, the story is, hey, last time Bronson was in the War Games cell, he broke like both his feet.
Yeah.
Or whatever he did, so how is he going to be? How is Logan Paul going to act in this? Because he's been talking about wanting, to get at CM Punk.
Mm-hmm.
And now Braun Breaker is the one. So where's that? Or so, like, you have the stories there. You did nothing with them.
Right.
So that's where, to me, the dud comes in. In addition, how does one finish a War Games match with a regular spear?
Yeah.
Again, as we've talked about on the show, the ultimate payoff has to be to heighten something to some extent. So, he's somehow tied up in something and then gets speared. Fine.
Right.
But again, it was just a regular spear, and okay, guy jumped in. Well, the guy jumped in and just did a regular move.
Regular side kick, curb stomp. Sidekick didn't even look impressive. It's bad.
Oh, I mean, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that.
Well, I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it. I'm the miserable old man right now. Okay, that's the way I feel. Everything sucked.
All right, you're a miserable middle-aged man.
Yeah,
you're not old. Well, let's go on a positive topic with this, because something happened during this War Game show that was exactly what I said would happen on this podcast last week. Technically twofold. One, I am very accurate in picking stories to be told. And second, I am terrible at predicting winners of matches. Because you went 4 for 4.
I did.
I lost both Hell in a Cell, or both War Games matches, as I figured I would, because I'm terrible at that, as I've said. but I perfectly called the Liv Morgan thing.
You definitely did. You call that spot on.
So there, I got you to have a little smile on your face about Warriors, because as bad as you're saying it was, the results were exactly as you predicted.
Yeah, I mean, because again, vanilla, right?
You can make you feel better. Hey, vanilla is delicious, man.
It is when you mix it with other stuff, right? When you just eat vanilla by itself, it's just vanilla. And that's exactly what we've been getting fed for 2025. Just vanilla, nothing else. There's no chocolate sprinkles. There's no cookies and there's nothing. It's just vanilla.
I'm watching my sugar intake. Okay.
Just a bad taste in my mouth afterwards.
Maybe the WWE has to lower their sugar. Okay, maybe
something.
You don't know what their blood pressure is.
Yeah, they're taking thousands of dollars from people and they're giving us vanilla. That's what they're doing. It's like, oh yeah, go ahead. Your mortgage is what we want you to pay for this show, and then we're gonna give you vanilla because of it. Yeah.
I got nothing.
Yeah,
I got nothing. I got nothing on it.
I know you don't. It's okay. It's fine. So let's just go to Raw. All right. And
you're so mad. I love it.
I am upset, man. It's horrible. Now let me go on. So all right. I want to hear your take on this, because this is the interesting part. The Braun Breaker promo, right?
Yep.
We got a lot in that promo because we got some rage. The crowd was into it. You had Logan Paul. There's a cheerleader in the back. It felt like it was the start of an intense feud that we might be able to see, which is nice, right? Mm-hmm. That's the big scope of it.
Okay.
But of course, I have to be the stickler to be able to look at different things. And I know he's dubbed the guy. I know that he's the future of WWE. I understand that they want to put the jet rocket to his back and put, lighter fluid and fuel and all this other crap to him and just let him go. But man, did he stumble through that promo, didn't he? It just felt like once he realized he was stumbling through it a little bit, then that's when he just tried to do the intensity thing. And that's fine, right? I am not even going to be like super critical, but I have to talk about it. So obviously that's just what it is. He will get better, but there was just a part of me was just like, just get through it, man. Just get through it. If you're gonna rip the shirt, okay, cool. But just get through it, man, because it's a little goofy right now. And he was stumbling through it, but he got through it and he got his point across. That's what I saw. I don't know what you saw, but that's what I saw.
All right, I need you to do me a favor. I need you to take your hand and slap yourself in the face for what you just said.
Why?
That was by far the best promo of his career.
Well, of course it was the best promo of his career, but that's not saying much.
No, that promo showed, and they set up, and obviously there's definitely he knew there's definitely pressure on him, because when someone like Paul Heyman is handing you the microphone to back away,
it's your stage, kid.
Here's your shot.
Mm-hmm.
Do it. And I 100% think he delivered, because I feel he delivered with the combination of the intensity, the realness, because when you do have an occasional stutter here or there, it's one thing if you're like, it's one thing if you're doing that, which he certainly wasn't. If you're having like a little stutter here or there, it's real. It feels genuine, because like you're speaking from the heart type style. So I loved having that. I loved the intensity. I loved him finally now embracing, hey, they're calling me the future main eventer. I am now talking myself in as the future main eventer. I'm taking this title consider this the promo. That's the one line that I was just like, was that a little forced?
Yes,
because I love the. Hey, I remember at WrestleMania, you said da 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 da. Love that part, and I loved. I'm going to respond to that. The old school mentality is, well, why
say the word? Yeah, don't say the word.
Say the word promo.
Yeah,
I get why you did it, and again, it's that unreal peek behind the curtain type phrase.
But not to cut you off, right? He could have said, I remember what you said at WrestleMania. This is what you said, blah blah blah. Do I have your attention now? Boom, drops the mic, and we're done, right? We're done.
It's the type of thing where it's like, hey, hey, enjoy the moment, love what you're doing. Let's see what you can do when you hang with the big boys. Well, guess what? I just pinned the biggest boy.
Right.
Blah, 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 blah. Instead of the, hey, consider this a promo cut.
Yeah.
I would have adjusted that one line.
Yeah.
Aside from that, I loved everything that he did. And I even, to Logan Paul's credit, I love the fact because he slammed the mic so hard that it just bounced to Logan. So he had no choice but to scream damn into the microphone in shock. Because that obviously wasn't part of the plan. But if the mic lands on you, you got to do something. So all of that said, why do I feel like this is all part of Braun eventually turning face and Logan screwing things up?
So wait.
Yeah.
Here we go. Here is another one. We're gonna have to name this. We're gonna have to come up with a name of what your mad scientist brain comes up with. We'll figure it out by next week. We're going to figure something out because what are you telling me now? That Braun is not going to be champion on January 5th?
Correct. Braun is not going to win the title because of the hooded guy.
So you think the hooded guy?
I'm not saying that the hooded guy is going to attack Braun and let Punk win. I'm saying though he's somehow going to get involved, whether it then cause a DQ or maybe he attacks both of them or what? Because Paul Heyman doesn't know. The Vision doesn't know who the guy is. Logan Paul does. And I know we've talked, and every reporter, has said, all right, the hooded guy is more than likely Austin Theory. Well, who had a relationship on TV with Austin Theory? Logan Paul did. Logan Paul was buddies with Theory and Waller when they were a team.
Yes.
Logan Paul wanted CM Punk. Now, all of a sudden, he's behind Braun Breaker and looking at the Intercontinental title. In some bizarre way, I do not see Braun Breaker winning yet. He will win the title in 2026. I do not see him winning on January 5th. Because at the same time, as much as this annoys me, and I'm not happy about saying this part, from January to April, you're building up and trying to sell WrestleMania. And the way that they always try to sell it is by having the most mainstream names at the top of the card.
Yeah.
Braun Breaker is not one of those top mainstream guys, at least yet.
Right.
CM Punk is. Logan Paul is. Roman Reigns is. Cody Rhodes is. Brock Lesnar is. Now, you need to do stuff because, hey, one of your big names that you like to use, John Cena, he ain't there no more.
Can't use that card anymore.
Brock Lesnar, we know time is running out with him. Rey Mysterio, we know time's running out with him. AJ Styles, we know
dates.
time's running out with him. So you need to build other guys. Braun Breaker will be built as one of those other guys
in 2026.
In the latter part of 2026.
I say he gets. I think SummerSlam the earliest.
As far as him winning the title at SummerSlam,
yeah.
So in my 3-minute spiel, you went from he's winning the title on January 5th to maybe he'll win it at SummerSlam.
I think because if I'm playing into, am I playing into the vanilla booking of Triple H is what I'm saying. Like that's how they are booking this thing, right? But I'll go into deeper what I think, but that's what the booking is showing us right now.
Sure.
You pin CM Punk, you're now cutting this promo January 5th. They're pushing this big Netflix thing. Okay, it's gonna be a year. Like that's what the vanilla booking is telling us. But to your point, are we going to get a swerve? We have to get something. It's not going to be so cut and dry where they're going to allow Braun Breaker to win clean or whatever. It's like something's going to happen. So I'm with you there.
Yeah.
I just don't know exactly what.
You can even have Bronson Reed involved in this because he pinned Roman Reigns. Why is he taking a backseat to Braun Breaker?
Right.
So it could be the type of thing where the vision is against Braun Breaker because he's the one who keeps speaking up. I don't know. I mean, there are a number of different ways. The key thing is to do one of these things because then it's a spark.
Right.
As you're saying, vanilla. It's not Braun Breaker bad guy, CM Punk good guy, Braun Breaker win title, CM Punk win back. The end.
And the thing is, that's what the vanilla booking would tell you, right? Because Braun Breaker wins title, Punk now chases, Elimination Chamber is in Chicago, right?
Yep.
Like, so all of these things, it's like it's playing out the vanilla booking, but they have to try to pull a swerve into this thing. Like you can't just have the regular schmegular, let me get the black coffee. Like, it's cool, but can I get something else? Can I get some different variation, please? Where you actually have people going home like, yo, what is gonna happen on Raw? What is gonna happen for the next pay-per-view? Like, we don't have that right now. It's just blah. It's just blah.
Make the guy in the hoodie John Cena. Just kidding. I'm not retired. And I just ran and climbed the cage faster than I ever have in my life.
Right. It just something. So we'll see how it plays out. I just want to put this out there, man. Thoughts and prayers to CM Punk and AJ Lee. Larry was loved by everybody, man. And the fact that Larry is gone, I know how much that hurts losing a pet. I had my cat. My cat was 20 years old when she went. So I can understand that loss. When you're always with something, you move there, you travel here, and they're always around. And then one day you look around and they're not here anymore. So, that's tough. Tough for AJ Lee and tough for CM Punk, man. But thoughts and prayers.
And it was interesting, when Punk made his entrance at War Games because he had Larry's dad on his jacket and he grabbed it. He hadn't done. I mean, he's had obviously references to Larry over the years.
Probably knew,
nothing like that.
Yeah.
So like you sense like, what's going on?
Yeah, and plus, Larry he's had a couple of interesting months. I think because he had surgery and all that other stuff too, right? So it was.
I don't know about that. I'm not sure.
I think it was something like that a couple of months back. But yeah, thoughts and prayers, man. That crushed me when I saw that. Okay, let's talk about Jey Uso, LA Knight. Now, we were all present.
The most unpredictable moment of the entire tournament.
That's what I'm saying, is that we have been screaming to the top of this broadcast every week. Oh, LA Knight's getting dragged. He's not getting booked properly. He's gonna do the job for this guy. Okay, well he's gonna do. But LA Knight wins clean, advances to the finals to play to face Gunther. Very, very surprising. Which I like, right? I like that. But then we got something after the match that I don't know how I feel about it, because it's like, you know how something you've been waiting for something to happen for so long, and then when it does happen, it's like, eh. You know what I mean? It's just you light that firecracker and you run behind the thing, and it just
that poor prime bottle display.
you know what I mean? Like, it's like, what are your thoughts about that? Like, I was not moved by it at all. I just think that, and I've said this before, and War Games really hammered it home for me, is that Jey Uso is a one-trick pony. And it's sad that they have they squeezed all the juice that they possibly can get out of this thing. It has now run its course for me. I don't want to see it anymore. Like, if they go ahead and have a different wrinkle in his character where he's not doing that anymore because he's just upset and he's not going to do the run it back and like all of these things that he does that's just fucking cringe, I will then buy back into it. But if we continue to have this same one-trick pony nonsense, I'm sorry, man. It's one of those things where I love the talent, but I just don't love the gimmick. I don't love the character. I don't love anything about it. And I'm standing on that. I will never. I'm not gonna go back on it. I think he's talented. I think he can improve in the ring. But man, it's a drag for me. It really is. Like, every time I see Jey Uso now, it's just like, is there a fast forward button? Can I be able to just get to the next segment? That's the type of heat that he has with me now. He has fast forward heat.
Wow.
And that's bad.
Yeah, I know, I can understand that. I want to talk about something that happened during the match first before
let's go.
Because it was very confusing to me.
Okay.
So you had a spot where LA Knight, like he normally, like runs and hops up to hit a superplex.
Yeah.
Slipped. You know why? Because he's human.
Right.
But they were able to balance themselves and get the move, and everything was fine. And again, and I appreciate those type of moments because, again, it brings the hint of realism with it as well. Because not everything is going to be picture perfect. Right. You're gonna, get it, but then right. you call audible, you make the proper adjustments to get what's needed to get. Jey, upon taking this superplex, now you give the reaction the way that he did for one of two reasons. One, it legitimately hurt or injured you. Because upon taking the suplex, he is then yelling and slapping the mat. And then eventually just immediately flips on his back so LA Knight can go for the cover. So you're either reacting like that because, oh gosh, something just legit hurt me, or you are visibly pissed off about something. I obviously don't know Jey Uso's body. I don't know how he felt during, after, how he is today.
Mm-hmm.
But how I take it is slapping the mat, angry, flip back over, never selling the superplex after, and then delivering a stand-up spear, which I don't think I've ever seen before in my life. How do you spear someone without leaving your feet?
Ask Charlotte.
So it almost felt like that was a way of him
trying to
want to give a receipt of some kind to LA Knight.
Maybe show him up.
I don't see why, or things of that nature. And then, okay, go to splash, go to the finish with the roll up, fine. Then he has the stuff afterwards. what I want to think is it's a combination of, hey, Jay, this is where we're going with this. And he's doing it, but at the same time,
he's not happy.
Visibly showing his unhappiness with the direction. What it probably is a spur of the moment overreaction, now back into whatever it is. Now, into what it is. Temper tantrum, snaps, destroys all the stuff around ringside, and then has the promo backstage where he's hurting Jackie Redmond's feelings. He's like, Jay, it's me. It's me. We've got the hockey games together. I'm sorry, that part just really seemed dumb to me. For being, Jay, it's me. Well, he knows it's you,
right?
Like, him then saying, "Oh, maybe Roman was right. He should have the titles, but not me." So, are we now going to get
Emo J,
Raven J, Drew McIntyre J, or are we going to get sad Jay, but through the love and support of his family and friends, regains his self-confidence, get back into the main event picture, and wins the title back again? And yes, Jay, you do belong, and you can do it, and we all love you, and now you see it.
I hope it's not that one.
Well, none of us want it to be that one.
Yeah, I hope it's not. I hope it's, go into flock, Jay. Do that.
Like he just turns into, like, his music hits and he starts walking down the stairs and the kids want to eat and he just pushes them down the stairs.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Like, get out of my way.
Every time they put their hands up, he'll forcefully put their hands down. Like, I mean, just
change the lyrics of the song. So it's just me, Oos. Now don't do anything.
Right.
It's just me, Oos. Don't do anything.
Yeah.
So yeah, is this going to start doing like the depressed, him turn heel, Jimmy trying to convince him otherwise, Roman laughing about it or trying to convince him otherwise, Sammy trying to convince him, someone, something. But it's whatever it is at this moment right now. Now, you're talking to me 6 months from now, and I might love what they did.
Right.
But this moment right now, today, December 3rd, as we were recording this, I have no desire to see where this goes.
I agree. I totally agree. Unless there's something that we are not expecting the character to go to, where he can really be able to say, "Oh, okay, that's a wrinkle that I didn't see coming. That's a nice character arc there that I'm seeing some range here."
Sure.
If there's none of that, then it's just like,
well, Bloodline Jey Uso should have won an Emmy. I mean,
he was good. Yeah,
because that was stuff that made him on a whole nother level.
Yeah, he was good.
And now I went back and forth with Roman and Sammy and all that. It was some of the best non-wrestling performing that I have ever seen in wrestling.
Right.
And yeah, now it's just like, well, okay, we got him angry, we got him psychotic, we got him happy, we got him joyful. Now we're going to get him sad.
Right. Just the ebb and flowing gamut of emotions that we're getting from Jey Uso in this, and it's just like, again, if it works, cool. But with Triple H right now and the writing team, I just don't trust them to be able to do anything interesting, to be able to alter his character enough to make people buy in. Like, we all know that the kids love him, but the guys that are my age and older, like, they're starting to be like, like, I see videos all the time. I see people reacting, talking about Jay, and people are not talking about him in a negative way in regards to disrespecting. Like, it's never a disrespectful thing, but it's more about, where is this going? Like, we've been exposed to the Jey Uso Yeet experience for a year now. And is it over? Like, sometimes a wave only takes a year and then they move on to something else. You don't necessarily have to keep going with something and let it really die before you move on. Like, you can evolve the character while this thing is still pretty popular amongst the kids, but there has to be some type of character arc here. Where is it leading to? Where is the end of this story, or the next chapter of the story? How is that going to look? Can he be able to do it as well? Right? That's one thing to say, hey, listen, this is where we want your character to go. Okay, but can you yourself get the character there? That's the biggest thing, is that you got Jey Uso, the tag team wrestler. People didn't really, they loved your energy with your promos. You got that guy to another level with your, like you said, the Emmy Award performances that he was doing, and now it transformed into the Yeet Man. All of this stuff. Can you do it this way now? Because if you can, then he can be able to really silence the critics and then advance his career and have a lot more legs to it, because there's different ways he can go. But if he's this one trick pony, this is just where he's going to be. And guess where that's going to lead him? Right back into a tag team with his brother. And that's it.
Right. And is that where we want to go? Do we just want to go with them being a tag team again?
Because the thing is, they are needed, right? The tag team division does not have a lot of legs to it. So if that's the way that they're going, okay. But, I don't think that they need to do. They can always go back to that at any time. Can he deliver whatever this is going to be? So I'm just gonna sit back and watch. I'm not gonna hate on it. I'm just gonna see how it develops. But it's up to him to be able to see if he can be able to deliver that. And that's all I'm saying.
Yeah. The best thing in all this, though, is, hey, we have LA Knight actually advancing.
Yeah, and he's gonna get squashed.
Well, I didn't want to say that, but
he's gonna get squashed. But I mean, are we as LA Knight fans just happy that the fact that he's in the finals? Is that
I am happy with that. I was going to ask you, are you surprised that the finals is happening on SmackDown?
Yes,
I am too.
Yeah, but I mean, how else would they be able to do it, since Saturday night's main event is
so soon?
Yeah. So I guess this.
I mean, well, because the original advertisements for the tournament, obviously things changed, but the original advertisements had the finals happening at War Games.
I think that would have been better. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I guess
they do matches much faster.
Yeah, but I guess you know how they are. I guess they just wanted to give the War Games as much time as possible, and adding a fifth match would just take away the time from either the men or the women's, and they didn't want to do that, which they could have probably did that. And it would have been fine. You know what I mean? Like another 20 minutes, like we wouldn't have missed nothing. So it probably would have been better if you had 20 minutes less of the match anyway. So, but yeah, I agree with you. I mean, we'll see how it happens. I think it's going to be a competitive match. I don't think it's going to be a squash match. I think LA Knight is too good for that. I think, Gunther is going to make it a challenge where it's a back and forth thing. And, I see him maybe tapping LA Knight out, or him putting LA Knight in a sleeper and LA Knight not giving up and just passing out. And that's where we leave it. Right. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see, man. We'll see how the match kind of unfolds. We know who's going to win. If LA Knight wins, I think it's the upset of the year if they go ahead and do that.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Because again, LA Knight and John Cena, they do have history here, right? Remember when LA Knight was he was the hottest in the company. John Cena comes back, they have that tag team match. So like there's some history here, right? So they could go that way, but is anybody expecting that? No. But if it does happen, it would be a pleasant surprise. I would tell you that straight up.
Yeah.
It would be. So hopefully we can get a swerve like that and stop this vanilla booking. Let's move on to TNA Impact. They just got a big deal, Josh.
TNA is Walking Dead territory.
Yeah, like the fact that they are off that dead you know dead that dead station. They are now on AMC with a multi-year TV rights deal. They didn't take pull out the numbers yet, or reveal the numbers yet, which is fine. I'm sure that's going to be probably a week or some months down the line. But the fact that TNA now has their own day on Thursdays, they have it to themselves. I think this is big time for a wrestling promotion that has been through so much up and down over the last 20 years. Like, we're talking about, the weird ring that they had, and then Hogan and Bischoff come in and they try to go ahead and compete with WWE, and that they had a high for that a couple of shows, and then they had the revamp because Dixie Carter's a maniac, and we just know that there was just so much problems, and people would always say, oh well, this is going to be the last of TNA, this is going to be the last of Impact, they're gonna be out of business by the end of the year, and they continue just to hang on and hang on and to hang on and to hang on, and they reinvent themselves. They now have a partnership with WWE, and here they are. They have a nice TV rights deal, and I'm very, very proud of them. I think they have a lot of talent. I think they have a lot of potential going forward. Just to be, they're not gonna compete with an AEW. They're not gonna compete with a WWE. That's not what they're there for. But the fact that they could be a legit third brand and give people an option to be able to go somewhere else, to be able to continue their careers or start their careers, and have a springboard to AEW or WWE, or if they want to stay, like it makes wrestling a lot better knowing that there's a third brand out there that is a viable brand, and that they're on a good network that has never had wrestling before, but it is a good network in regards to the demo of people that watch that network. So it's very, very advantageous for them. It's very, very good for them. I think that they have great potential to be able to put up decent numbers there, because I'm sure that the expectation of AMC in regards to whatever numbers that they're looking for is not super high, and I'm sure that TNA can be able to deliver that on a consistent basis. So shouts to TNA for being able to just survive through all of the things that they've been through to get here, and they are now they have stamped themselves as a legit third brand.
Yeah, and at least at the beginning of their run on AMC, they're going to be neck and neck with AEW.
Yeah,
in ratings, at least at the beginning, if not go beyond that.
Yeah.
So, because I mean, you said talent, no question, talent's there. Not worried about that.
Yep.
Storylines, they've had some stinkers, but they've also had some good ones,
as everybody does, right?
Yeah, right. Their women's division is very solid still as well.
Yeah.
They really are going to be the X division. They have to make it stand out.
Yeah.
They got to make it stand out on TV, because again, WWE and AEW do not have that quote unquote type of division.
Right.
Please don't have a zombie show up during your debut episode on AMC to promote Walking Dead, like you had a zombie in ECW promoting Sci-Fi Network.
Right.
Don't do that.
No, don't do that.
Please don't do that.
No.
But it's a great spot, because again, they have some faces that mainstream fans know.
Yep.
So you want to tune in and see them. You want to also, develop the other guys, your Leon Slaters, Mike Santana. While obviously a number of people do know him, hey, now here's his chance to be the spotlight.
Mm-hmm.
Mustafa Ali, while people obviously know him, here's your chance to make him be the main event type guy.
Right.
So you got different people there, and then obviously there are a number of people that I'm certainly not naming that now are, hey, we can work this up. If they were able to keep Joe Hendry, it would be even bigger.
Right.
But we know Joe Hendry's moving to NXT.
Yeah.
So I am extremely excited because now this normally means more money.
Yep.
Invested in the company, which means more money given to the wrestlers, which means another place where people who have been working their asses off for God knows how many years and trying to make a living in wrestling, now there's another opportunity to do that.
Exactly.
So this is all good things. And the fact it's on Thursdays. So guess what, wrestling fans? Now you got to watch wrestling every goddamn night.
Every single day of the week is wrestling.
So I'm looking forward to it. I plan on watching it and seeing how they do.
Same.
And it's definitely a company, especially over the last year and a half to 2 years, that's just like, hey, TNA is becoming a company that I want to be a part of and people should want to be a part of. Because there was definitely a good chunk of time where everyone's just like, TNA still in business? I don't want to.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And that has definitely changed. They have a good program, a good setup, good wrestlers, great commentary team. Tom Hannafin, and I'm sorry, Aiden English. I always forget how to pronounce your last name. But I know you're damn good at what you do. You're a good singer, a good whiskey connoisseur, and you have fun on Twitch as well. But in my mind, you're still Aiden English, and that's sorry. But he's great on commentary. They are a great pair on commentary.
They are.
And so I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to. It's weird because when AEW debuted, we're like, "Ooh, an alternative. This is gonna be fun." And now that TNA is back on TV, it's like an alternative. It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
So let's have fun. Let's have fun with TNA.
Let's have fun with TNA, man. Let them go through their bumps. Let them go through, their growing pains and see what, a bigger audience is going to do for them. Obviously, they have the help of WWE to be able to, work some stuff out as well. So, it's good to have that partnership to be able to lean on and be able to help grow, because at some point WWE is like, yeah, we're gonna, we're prepping this turkey here. Let's go ahead and feed you a little bit more, because they're coming in to buy this thing at some point. And I that's what I believe. And it only makes sense that WWE just wants to dominate the week. And what better way to see how they perform over the next couple of years, and then they just go ahead and just buy it out. So I can see that happening.
Well, we will wait and see with that.
Yeah. Well, listen, that is it for the wrestling show that has no name.
Are you feeling a little better now? Because I know you were a little angry going into this episode, but now you got some stuff off your chest. We talked some stuff. We shared some laughs. We shared some. We opened up to each other. Are you feeling any better?
I'm all right. I think the fact that LA Knight's in the finals made me feel a little better. Okay. I always feel good when I see Roman Reigns on the screen, but I wasn't happy on Saturday to see Roman Reigns on the screen. As the first time in 13 years, I was like, I don't like it. I don't like anything that they did in this match. It was garbage, and it was lazy. And I don't like what they're doing. Do better, WWE. You got people out here that are spending big money. They're fans. They have all these apps and these streaming things, and they're literally not eating food for the week just to be able to buy tickets to the show. They're doing all of these things. Just give them a good show. Just don't be lazy. Like, if you want to have a surprise every PLE, like, that's what I'm looking for. Bring back the Triple H that was doing takeovers. That's what I miss. Okay, I don't know what this is, and I understand that TKO they got their footprints all over this crap, and that's why we're getting this vanilla booking. because they say, hey, we got the money. We don't care at this point. I can guarantee that when these deals are up, you're going to get the best of WWE again so they can go and get a bigger deal and then go back into the tank for a couple of years. That's what they do. That's what they do. And we just have to sit through these lull periods and just find gems in the garbage. So that's it for me. Like I said,
so you're not feeling better.
No. Next week I'll be better. I'll be fine.
All right.
This was a good episode. Thank you for being the voice of reason as always. Hopefully we get a better SmackDown. Hopefully.
Well, we know we got the finals of the we have LA Knight and Gunther.
Yeah.
Do we know anything else that's really happening on SmackDown?
Nope, because nothing else happens on SmackDown. It's the throwaway show for the week, and they know that.
Well, and then next week, our podcast will be, I guess, it's going to kind of be our preview of John Cena's last match.
Yes. So we'll go ahead and talk about that. We'll share our favorite John Cena moments, and bid adieu to the greatest of all time. So until then, stay safe, stay cool. Peace.